I'm here today with Jeremy Gleeson, manager of the elite-rated AXA Framlington Global Technology Fund. Investing in technology can be quite risky, but one of the parts of your process is avoiding blue sky companies. Can you use an example to help explain how you would know when a company stops being blue sky and becomes a new technology worth investing in? And then I suppose after that, when the company then becomes old and obsolete and you'd stop investing?
Certainly. So there's no hard or fast formula as to sort of defining when a company moves from its blue sky phase to its commercialization of technology phase. But what we're looking for is companies that have moved from a niche to a mainstream, or a concept to a commercialization of their technology. What we're looking for companies is that have suddenly started to be able to develop a market. They've got a breadth of customers, and the amount of spending they're seeing with those customers is deepening. So their customers must be having some sort of success with the product or services that they're getting from the supplier, and they're effectively going out and telling their friends or co-workers or other companies about how that technology is helping them day to day or in their businesses, and those technologies are being adopted. What we typically see is that when a company sort of reaches that stage, they are usually closer to profitability, or may already be profitable, certainly sort of generating some cash. They have got good revenue growth as well, and then they've got a good large addressable market ahead of them, which is going to take them many years to exploit.
And then when a company becomes old and obsolete in yesterday's story?
Sure, because once again there's no hard and fast formula to define that, but what we're typically looking at, and there's some common examples, is when a company starts to see a change in the competitive landscape. There might be more competitive entrants, and that company's starting or finding it more difficult to differentiate themselves versus their competitor as the market becomes more mature. Markets might become more saturated, and a good example of that is that we as users of a product might be less willing to update our product on a regular basis, and that typically results in growth slowing as well. So that's another very good example of what to look out for as a company becomes mature. And then the final thing that we keep an eye out for is substitute products. So as a market might potentially become replaced by an alternative new technology which is doing the job better, and once again you could see that the old technology is maturing, the market opportunity is starting to diminish, and we would argue that that becomes a sort of an older legacy company.
Okay. And recently in the news we've had cyber attacks, and our own NHS has been compromised, as well as Federal Express, etc. Is that an opportunity for the technology centre, or is it a threat? How would you view it, and how would you invest as a consequence?
Yep, it's both, to be honest. So if we don't have confidence in technology because we feel vulnerable or we feel at risk of being attacked, having a cyber attack taking place, we're less likely to want to adopt new technology and less willing to use new technology. So the adoption starts to stall. So we need to make sure that that's not the case. So technology companies, for the most part, try their hardest to make sure that there are no sort of backdoors in the technology that they provide. The recent attacks, the WannaCry attack, was really taking place on an old version of Microsoft, which is, some of the security aspects hadn't been resolved properly. The other side of it all is, though, it does create an opportunity, because there are bad players out there. There always have been, and there always will be. And as we get more connected with our devices and the electronics that we have in our homes, and businesses become more reliant on technology, there are going to be bad players out there who want to exploit that. So that creates the opportunity for technology companies, particularly those in the cybersecurity field, to provide solutions that will help protect both businesses and consumers going forward. And what's been an opportunity for us over the last few years has been the fact that these changes that have taken place in the way that we're all connected and the way that businesses use technology has opened up the opportunity for new types of providers, such as Proofpoint and Palo Alto Networks, to provide new forms of protection where the old forms of protection just weren't doing their job as adequately anymore.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.